Good morning children, I am Rajeshwari. I am a biology teacher. I start a new lesson from nutrition. The topic name is malnutrition. What is malnutrition and what are the symptoms of malnutrition? The next topic is the reasons for the malnutrition. Malnutrition means eating a food that does not have one or more than one nutrients in required amount is known as malnutrition. I tell you again, what is malnutrition? Malnutrition means eating a food that does not have one or more than one nutrients in required amount is known as. The reasons for the malnutrition is poor health. Here regions are symptoms. Symptoms of malnutrition. The symptoms of malnutrition is, the first symptom of malnutrition is socio-economic factors, and second one is poor health, third one is willful starvation, fourth one is lack of awareness of food habits. First symptom is socio-economic factors and depends upon their countries, places, etc. And poor health, and born to they have a poor health. Born to they have a poor health. And third one, willful starvation. That means they have no desired quantity of food. That is known as a willful starvation. And fourth point is lack of awareness of food habits. For example, in the 6th class you have a name of our food lesson. In the our food lesson, the food contains in that lesson they said that the lesson contains totally the food contains totally the proteins, carbohydrates, etc. But they have no any protein substance or carbohydrate substance. That is known as lack of awareness of food habits. Main topic is malnutrition. What is the meaning of malnutrition? Malnutrition means eating a food that does not have one or more than one nutrients in required amount is known as malnutrition. The symptoms of malnutrition is socio-economic factors, poor health, willful starvation, lack of awareness of food habits. It depends upon the they doesn't have a required amount. It depends upon the malnutrition is 3 types. Depends upon the food habits. The first one is protein malnutrition. The second one is calorie malnutrition, and third one is protein calorie malnutrition. Depends upon the food habits. There is 3 types of malnutritions. The first one is protein malnutrition, second one is calorie malnutrition, third one is protein calorie malnutrition. I tell you again, malnutrition. What is the meaning of malnutrition? Eating a food that does not have one or more than one nutrients in required amount is known as malnutrition. That is malnutrition. Next topic is harmful effects of malnutrition in children. There is 3 types of harmful effects in malnutrition in children. First one is kwashiorkor, second one is marasmus, third one is obesity. What is the meaning of kwashiorkor? The term kwashiorkor disease occurs due to the protein deficiency. Kwashiorkor disease, the symptoms of kwashiorkor disease is body parts become swollen due to accumulation of water. The first symptom of kwashiorkor disease is body parts become swollen due to accumulation of water, very poor muscle development, swollen legs, fluffy face, difficult to eat, diarrhea, dry skin. Second one, marasmus. This disease occur due to the both protein and calorie. When it is a immediate second pregnancy or repeated childbirth. Again I tell you, generally this disease occurs when there is a immediate second pregnancy or repeated childbirth. The symptoms of marasmus disease is lean and weak, swelling limbs, less developed muscles, dry skin, diarrhea. Again I tell you, symptoms of marasmus disease is lean and weak, swelling limbs, less developed muscles, dry skin, diarrhea. Third one, obesity. What is the meaning of obesity or obese? Generally, nowadays, some are went to the obesity parlor. Why they are went to the obesity? obesity places? This is due to overeating or excess of food intake. It is a big health hazard. Obese children when grow, they will be target of many diseases like obese children when grow, they will be target of many diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular, renal, gallbladder problems. What is the meaning of obesity? Obesity means this is due to generally overeating or excess of intake food. Overeating or excess of intake food. This leads to the obesity. This leads to the obesity. The next topic is respiration. Respiration. What is respiration? Respiration is the energy producing system. The energy producing system. What is the why we want energy? We want energy. We doing work, or we doing homework, or we can go to our school, or we doing in our household work, and we washing your mother in your house, they doing household work, and they want energy. They want energy. Where we can get energy? We get energy from the process of respiration. What is the meaning of respiration? Respiration means the exhalation and inhalation of gases is known as respiration. Respiration means the exhalation and the inhalation of gases is known as respiration, or the input of oxygen or output of CO2 is known as respiration. Respiration, the energy producing system. Respiration, the energy producing system. The first definition of respiration is the exhalation and inhalation of gases is known as respiration. The exhalation and inhalation of gases is known as respiration, and the input of O2 and output of CO2. Input of O2 and output of CO2 is known as respiration. Input of O2 and output of CO2 is known as respiration. Why we want respiration, or why we want energy? The food provides energy for all bodily activities only after breakdown of food through the process of respiration. Again, the next definition of respiration is the food provides energy. The food provides energy for all bodily activities only after breakdown of food through the process of respiration. The term respiration, the next topic is events or steps in respiration. Events or steps in respiration. There is a number of events are involved in the respiration. The first one is breathing, and that means the respiration started from breathing. The respiration started from breathing. That means the exchange of gases here started. The exchange of gases here. And the second one is gases exchange at lungs level. The second one is gases exchange at lungs level. And the third one is gas transport by blood. Third one is gas transport by blood. And fourth one is gases exchange at tissue level. Fourth one is gases exchange at tissue level. And cellular respiration. Last one is cellular respiration. Here, the first step in respiration is breathing. What is the meaning of breathing? Breathing means air movement into and out of lungs is known as breathing. Breathing means air movement into and out of lungs is known as breathing. Events and respiration. In the events and respiration, the second one is gases exchange at lungs level. What is the meaning of gases exchange at lungs level? The gases exchange of gases between alveoli and blood is known as in between alveoli and blood. Alveoli and blood is known as gases exchange at second level. The third step of respiration is gas transport by blood. Gas transport by blood. Transport of oxygen from blood capillaries of alveoli to body cells. Transport of oxygen from blood capillaries of alveoli to body cells, that is known as gas transport by blood. And the fourth step is gases exchange at tissue level. Fourth step is gases exchange at tissue level. Tissue level means the gases exchange at tissue level means exchanging of oxygen from blood into the cells and CO2 from cells into the blood. Exchanging of oxygen from blood into the cells and CO2 from cells into the blood. That is known as exchanging of gases at tissue level. And last one is cellular respiration. What is the meaning of cellular respiration? Cellular respiration means here oxygen is utilized here in the process of cellular respiration and to produce CO2 and water and the last important point of in this cellular respiration is releasing energy by the utilization of O2 and the presence of enzymes and organelle of mitochondria. This is the steps and events in respiration. The next important topic is pathway of air. What is the meaning of pathway of air? The entire oxygen is supplied into the respiratory tract is known as pathway of air. Pathway of air is started from nostrils to blood is known as pathway of air. Pathway of air means the whole entire oxygen or gas supplied into the respiratory tract is known as pathway. This is the pathway of air. The first beginning of the step in pathway of air or the entry of the pathway air is nostrils, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveolus and the oxygen next enter into the blood. Starting from the entry point of the respiratory tract is nostrils and then oxygen goes into the nasal cavity and then pharynx and goes to larynx and goes to trachea and goes to bronchi and then goes to bronchioles and then goes to alveolus. This is the pathway of air. Nostrils. From nostrils, the entry of air beginning from the nostrils. And then the air goes into the nasal cavity from the second path of respiratory tract is nasal cavity. Nasal cavity contains two chambers. From nostrils, the air enter into the nasal cavity and inside the nasal cavity there are some hair-like structures. These hair-like structures helps in the filter dust and nasal cavity is lined by mucus. This is sticky in nature and any insects, foreign bodies bound to the nasal cavity. That is a property of nasal cavity. And the next activity goes on here, humidification. What is the meaning of humidification? The air, when it is air enter into the nasal cavity, water vapor is added to the air to make it warm and temperature is raised and this is equal to the body temperature. There are two properties of nasal cavities. The first one, filtering of dust and second one, humidification and then air enters into the pharynx. Pharynx is a common passage of air and as well as food. There are two ways air go inside and food go in. One is known as food pipe and the other one is windpipe. The other name of food pipe is esophagus and the other name of food pipe is trachea. In chance the food, if any chance to food enter into the food pipe, it causes choking. So and the pharynx contains the second important part is epiglottis. Epiglottis helps to removing the epiglottis is a flap-like muscular wall. Epiglottis is a flap-like muscular wall and it helps to entering the food into the food pipe and entering the air into the windpipe. Epiglottis. This is the structure of epiglottis. Epiglottis is a flap-like muscular valve. Epiglottis is a flap-like muscular valve, and the place of epiglottis is pharynx. Pharynx. The place of epiglottis is pharynx. Pharynx. There are pharynx. In the place of pharynx, there are two passages beginning with nearly same opening and entry into separating ones, ending into separate ones. One to the lungs and one to the stomach. One to the lungs and one to the stomach. This is the structure of epiglottis. Epiglottis is a flap-like muscular valve. From the pharynx, there are two passages beginning with nearly same opening and ending into separate ones. One to the lungs and one to the stomach. The valve is in the pharynx. The epiglottis valve is partly closed when we swallow the food, and food down to the stomach and keeps out of the trachea and trachea is a windpipe, and uses of epiglottis is that protects the tube of the lungs, arresting entry of food. The use of the epiglottis is that protects the tube of the lungs, arresting entry of food. Epiglottis, and the important point in this, epiglottis opens more widely when we take a breath and air enter the lungs. And the total process of pharynxing is the nervous regulation is very important in guiding the function of epiglottis. The next important structure of pathway of air or respiratory tract is larynx. Larynx helps to produce sounds. It is made up of hard box. It is a hard box-like structure made up by cartilage. You can feel in your, for example, you can feel in your neck region. Next important point of in this pharynx is exhaled air over the larynx. Exhaled air over the larynx. It's vibrate and produce different sounds. And the next important structure of respiratory tract is trachea. Trachea is the other name of trachea is windpipe. And the windpipe or trachea is further divided into bronchi. Bronchi is a plant branches like structure, and this is extends into left branch to left lung and right branch to right lung. And the bronchi further divides into bronchioles. And the bronchioles contains a small sac-like structure that is known as alveoli. Alveoli is a structural and functional unit of the lungs. These are numerous and very thin structure and lined by mucous membrane and a single celled part or organ. Gases, and this is gases exchange at lungs level, that is from alveoli to capillaries. The structure is known as alveoli. Alveoli is a very thin structure and bounded by the blood capillary network. And this is known as blood cells. This is the structure of alveolus, and this is a tube or branch that is known as bronchiole. And the total alveolar structure is attached to the bronchiole. That alveoli is numerous and very thin structure and single-celled thickness. And the second part, the second important or the second use of alveoli is the exchange of gases here by the process of diffusion. What is the meaning of diffusion? The exchange of gases from high concentration to low concentration is known as diffusion. The process of diffusion occurs here. In this process here, see here, the exchange of oxygen from alveoli to blood capillary network, and the exchange of carbon dioxide from blood capillary network to alveoli. This is the structure of alveoli and the property of alveoli here. In the structure of alveoli, combined with blood capillary network. In the blood capillary network contains a blood cells, and the property of alveoli to exchange of gases. Exchange of gases means the exchange of oxygen from alveoli to blood capillary and the exchange of carbon dioxide from blood capillary network to alveolus. And a brief story of pathway of air. Pathway of air started from nostrils, and air goes into the nasal cavities, and then air goes into the pharynx, and then goes into the larynx, and then goes into the bronchi, next bronchioles, and trachea, bronchioles, and alveoli. Alveoli is a sac-like a structure, a very single-celled thickness. The property of respiration occurs here. The exchange of gases from oxygen from alveoli to blood capillary network and carbon dioxide from blood capillary network to alveoli. The process of exchange of gases here. I hope you understand, children. Today we will discuss the topics of malnutrition and type of malnutrition and symptoms of malnutrition, the reasons of malnutrition, and the second topic is respiration. And the respiration, total of the introduction of respiration and definition of respiration, and respiration and pathway of air, and the structure of lungs, and the structure of epiglottis, and the structure of alveoli. We will discuss in those topics in this class. Thank you, children. Thank you very much.
Every child is a winner. చదువులో, తెలివితేటల్లో, ఆలోచన విధానంలో, నాయకత్వ లక్షణాల్లో వారు ఏ రంగంలో ముందున్నారో గుర్తించి విజేతలుగా నిలపడమే ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ ప్రత్యేకత. ఐఐటి ఎంట్రన్స్ కు సంబంధించి జేఈఈ మెయిన్స్ లో సంచలన విజయాలు సాధించిన ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యార్థులు సిహెచ్ మోహన్ కిషోర్ 99.6 తో ఉభయ గోదావరి జిల్లాలో తిరుమల కాలేజ్ టాపర్, డి దినేష్ 99.3 తో పాలకొల్లు టాపర్, టి దివ్య శ్రీలక్ష్మి 97.1, ఎన్ అనుష 96.4, ఏ ఆదిత్య 95.5. ఐఐటి టాపర్స్ తో పాటు ఏ కేటగిరీలో రంగరాయ మెడికల్ కాలేజీలో సీటు సాధించిన మా విద్యార్థిని ఏ కార్తీక. అంతేకాకుండా మరో 10 మెడికల్ సెట్లతో పాటు 8 మందిని చార్టెడ్ అకౌంటెంట్స్ గా తీర్చిదిద్దింది ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్. పాలకొల్లు పట్టణంలో ఉన్నత విద్యతో పాటు భవిష్యత్తులో బాగా సెటిల్ అవుతున్న వారిలో అత్యధికులు ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యార్థులే. మీరే గమనించండి, సరైన నిర్ణయం తీసుకోండి. అడ్మిషన్ల కొరకు సంప్రదించండి మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యా సంస్థలు ఉల్లంపర్రు. ఫోన్ 222206. బ్రాంచెస్ రామారావుపేట. ఫోన్ 224200. కొడిగట్టు. ఫోన్ 228800.